everybody, welcome to class today. Today is going to be a level 3 mobility strength with weights class. So I'm using much heavier weights than you would typically use in a yoga class. This is definitely not a yoga class, very yoga adjacent. So I have a 25 pound, a 20 pound, and then a 35 pound kettlebell. You definitely don't have to use anything that heavy. But the idea of the weights is this is going to help you to build some strength, but also I have found that having some weighted mobility has really improved my mobility and flexibility, because you're having to control something heavy through space, as opposed to just your body. So if you haven't tried using heavier weights for some of this stuff, I encourage you to do it, obviously safely. Don't just go and pick up something way heavier than you've ever lifted before. We do a lot of single leg stuff, so if balance is an issue, please have something nearby if you need some assistance with it. Very light on the wrists today, so some of you will be happy for that. There is not a single plank in this class except for in the sun salutations at the start, so you can thank me later. If you enjoy these classes, please remember to like and subscribe and tell a friend, and let me know your comments or feedback in the comments section below if you like this style of class, or if you don't. I would love to hear from you either way. We are going to get started today with sun salutations at the top of the mat. Starting at the top of your mat in Tadasana, ground down evenly through both of your feet. On your inhale, sweep your arms all the way up towards the sky. As you exhale, big bend in your knees as you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten the legs, chest comes forward. Exhale, fold. Generous bend in the knees, drop the towel roll all the way up the spine, come to stand. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, step back on the ball of the right foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up, come into your crescent lunge. As you exhale, straighten the front leg, pyramid pose. Inhale, come back into your crescent lunge. As you exhale, hands find the floor, plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Hold, drop all the way to the belly. Untuck the toes. Inhale, peel the chest up, baby cobra. As you exhale, bring it down. Tuck the toes, lift the knees. Inhale. As you exhale, high plank. Shift the hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg all the way up towards the sky. Open the hip. Exhale. Take a big inhale here. As you exhale, step it all the way through. Inhale, come up, crescent lunge. As you exhale, straighten that front leg, pyramid pose. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. This time bend the knees. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back on the ball of the left foot. Inhale, come up, crescent lunge. Exhale, pyramid pose. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga pause. Lower all the way to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, bring it down. Untuck the toes, lift the knees. Inhale. As you exhale, press the floor away. Plank. Inhale, downward dog. Take an exhale. On your inhale, raise your left leg. Exhale, open the hip. Inhale here. Exhale, step it all the way through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, extended pyramid. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. As you exhale, sweep the right arm back, twist. Inhale, chair. Exhale, left arm back, twist. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, step, walk or float, chaturanga. Inhale brings you through up dog or cobra. Exhale, back to your chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, open out, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the left hand down. Inhale, twist, low lunge. Exhale, hands planked, plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back to your chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the right hand down. Inhale, come into your twist. Exhale, plant the left hand, shift forward. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look to the top of your mat, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, press to stand. If you need more of a warm-up, feel free to keep going with sun salutations. Otherwise, you're going to grab one of your weights. Come to stand just behind the top of your mat. Make sure you've got a little bit of room in front of you. Weight comes to your chest. You're going to raise up onto your tippy toes. As you inhale, start to bend your knees, sink your hips down to your heels. You're going to tap your knees to the floor, chest will lean back. Pick your knees up. This bit's the tricky bit. You're going to rock back so that your heels find the floor, so you're like in a little squat, and then your butt finds the floor. We find boat pose. You're going to circle that weight one direction around your head, and then you're going to circle it the other direction around your head. Bring it back to your chest. Heels come to the glutes. Shift yourself forward. Use the weight to help you. Back up into your toe stand, all the way back up to the top. So I'm not going to cue your breath here. Find something that works for you, but keep it nice and slow and steady. We're going to take about 10 of these in total. So we're going to be here for a while. Don't worry, if you're not with my pace, you find your own. And think of this like a moving meditation. So when we do these longer, more repetitive movement sequences, can you keep yourself focused and in the moment and not get bored and not get frustrated and stay with your breath? We've got 3 more. I've got 3 more. Last one here. Bring it all the way up to standing. You're going to take that weight in one hand and you're going to press it up and over your head. I'm just going to grab a heavier weight. So I'm holding it in my right hand. You hold it in whichever hand you like. The weight is just going to stay up there. You're going to take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, ground down through your right foot. Left knee comes into the chest. Inhale, set it down. We're going to switch. Exhale, right knee to the chest. Inhale, set it down. So think of this as a little reset. We do 8 more in total with this arm in the sky. If you wanted to make this harder, you could come up onto your tippy toes. For my tippy toe torture fans, you know who you are. You go for 1 more each side. We're going to keep that weight up there. Take your feet a little bit wider than hips distance. You're going to look up towards your right hand. Your left hand is going to come down towards the outside of your right foot. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Keep that weight up to the sky. And then like someone is pulling you up by your wrist, you're going to twist it all the way back up. We're going to bring that weight down all the way to the floor. So we're going to do a little up and down here. So you can do this in 1 movement or 2 movements. So you can either clean and press or snatch. So weight is going to come up towards the sky. You're going to twist towards the right. Start to send your hips back behind you. Bend your knees as much as you need to get that left hand towards the outside of your right foot or shin or knee. And then as you exhale, you're going to pull all the way back up to top. Bring that weight down all the way to the floor. We're just going to do 3 more. The last one here. And now we're just going to keep the windmill. So keep that arm up to the sky, twist towards the right, hips come back. See if you can tap the outside of your foot and then bring it all the way back up. We've just got 4 more. I know that arm is probably getting tired. Last one. Bring it all the way down. We're just going to switch straight over to the other side. Give that arm a bit of a shake. Weight comes into the left hand. You're going to press that weight all the way to the sky. And we start with our nice slow march. Again, option to be up on the tippy toes. if you want to make this harder. My weight's a little bit too heavy to make that an option today. We're going to do 10 in total, nice and slow. Last one here. Take your feet about just wider than hips distance, maybe about mat's distance. Look up towards the weight. The weight stays where it is in space. Your shoulder will rotate in its socket. Start to send the hips back. Hand comes to the outside of the opposite foot. And then big exhale, like someone's pulling you with a string up towards the sky. Twist to the front. Weight comes through center, all the way to the floor. Again, you could go shoulder and then press, or weight comes straight up to the sky. Twist it down into your windmill, and then back all the way up. We do 3 more like this. Oh, my forearms. One more. All right, weight stays up there. We've got 5 windmills all by themselves. Can you stay calm even when it gets hard? Talking to myself. Forearm on fire. Beautiful. Bring it all the way through center. Give that arm a little bit of a shake. All right. We're going to get the shrimp squats out of the way. I'm going to give you a couple of options. So you could hold your weight at your chest and a little bit out in front of you. It will act as a counterbalance. If you kind of hold it this way, as you go down, it'll act as a counterbalance. If you want to make your life harder, we're going to turn these into suitcase shrimp squats. So weight is in the right hand if you're coming with the suitcase option. Everybody is standing on their right foot. Left knee bends. The idea is that your knee hits the floor without your toes touching the floor. So start to send yourself back. Think single leg squat, almost like you're coming to a Shiva squat. See if you can tap your left knee to the floor behind your right ankle, and then exhale, press it all the way up to stand. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, press to stand. If you cannot come all the way down, that is fine. Feel free to use a stick, a chair, anything you need to help you. We're going to do 2 more like this. And then we're going to switch it to the other side. Trust me, you're going to thank me that we're only doing 5 in a row because we're going to do 10 in total. So standing on our left leg, weight is in our left hand if you're doing the suitcase option. Bend the left knee, send the hips back a little bit. Think right knee to the inner back, left ankle. Right knee comes to the inner edge of the back of your left ankle. There we go. You've got 4 more. Okie dokie. You're going to keep that weight in your left hand, but we're going back to the right foot. So this is, at least for me, more challenging for the balance. So stand on your right leg, left leg is coming back. We come into our shrimp squat. So I have to think about drawing my right hip back in space here. We've got 2 more. Whew. Hot tamales, I'm sweating. Okie doke. Switch the weight to the right hand. Weight comes into your body weight comes into your left foot. Holding weight in right hand. Standing on left foot. Inhale it down. Exhale it up. You're at 4 more. Last one. Beautiful work. Alrighty. We're going to come into a sumo stance. So you're going to grab that weight again in between both hands this time. Step nice and wide on your mat, feet turn out. As you inhale, you're going to drop it down into a sumo. As you exhale, you're going to raise the heels. Inhale, drop them, keep your sumo. Exhale, raise that weight all the way overhead. You're going to give me a side bend to the left. Exhale through center. Inhale, side bend to the right. Exhale through center. Inhale, lower the weight. Exhale, heels. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift the weight. Inhale, side bend. Exhale, center. Inhale, side bend. Exhale, center. Inhale, lower. We've got 8 more here. We go one more round. Bring it down. Okay, from here, you're going to keep your feet nice and wide. You're going to take your weight to your right shoulder. Keep your left foot turning out like a warrior 2 leg, and then your right toes pointing towards the corner of the mat like a skandasana leg. Weight is on the right shoulder. As you inhale, you're going to bend down like you're coming into skandasana on that right leg. As you exhale, you're going to press the weight to the sky. Left hand comes down to the inside of the left leg as it bends like a side angle pose. And then you're going to bring yourself back through center. Weight comes back to the shoulder. Skandasana to the right. Press the weight overhead as you come through center, side angle towards the left. Great news, we're going to do 8 more of these. One more. Bring yourself back up through center. Whew. We're going to take it straight to the other side. So turn your right toes out like a warrior 2-leg. Left toes back like a skandasana. Whew. Weight comes to the left shoulder. As you inhale, you're going to send yourself back into that skandasana towards the left. As you exhale, press it up through center. Come down, side angle pose as you inhale. As you exhale, bring it up through center. Inhale into your skandasana. Exhale through center. Inhale, side angle pose. Exhale, back up through center. You know the drill, we've got 8 more. Two more. Last one. Bring it all the way back up through center. Step to the top of your mat. All right, we're going to give those shoulders a little bit of a break. We're going to come into some single leg deadlift work, and we're going to add an optional twist and an optional row. So we're going to start on our left leg. Weight is going to be in our right hand. So weight in the right hand, standing on the left leg. As you inhale, you're going to come down, twist that weight to the outside of your left foot, like a warrior 3, twisted warrior 3. As you exhale, come back through center warrior 3. You're going to give me 1 row with that right arm. Inhale it down, and then bring yourself all the way to stand. You're going to inhale, twist. Exhale, come through center as you row. Inhale it down. Exhale to stand. We've got 8 more. One more. Oh man, this humidity is killing me. It's like nearly 90% humidity here at the moment. And it is hot, 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 hot. Okie dokie. Give that right arm a shake out. We're going to stay with the right arm, but we're going to switch our legs. So this is like you're coming towards a half moon pose. So I'm going to turn so you can see me. Weight is still in the right arm. No, I'm sorry, I've lied to you. We're going to stay on the left leg and switch the weight into the left arm. Otherwise, those single leg deadlifts are going to be horrible. Okay, so that weight in the left hand is going to come down towards the floor. It's as if you're coming into a half moon pose, but don't let the weight touch the floor. And then exhale, pull yourself back up. So it's kind of like a teeter-totter towards a half moon pose. You're going to feel your top oblique really working to pull you back up. And I want you to try and make this transition up and down really slow. So there'll be a sticky point. Try and smooth that point over. So it's 3. We've got 7 more. One more. Beautiful. All right, we're coming into those single leg deadlifts on the other side. So weight is going to stay in your left hand. You're going to stand on your right foot. We're going to twist down, twisted warrior 3 towards the outside of the right foot as you inhale. Exhale, bring it through center. Give me a row with that left arm. Inhale to release the row. Exhale, come all the way to stand on that right leg. You've got 9 more. You got 2 more here. Whew. Last one. Beautiful. Okay, you're going to shift the weight into the right hand. I'm turning, you don't have to. We're coming back into those half moon teeter totters. So as you inhale, start to tilt yourself over towards the right, left leg will lift, and then exhale, slowly pull yourself back up to standing. You got 9 more. My ankle muscles are on fire. This is our last standing move. One more. Beautiful. You're going to step that weight off to the side. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep those arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, step, walk or float. Make your way back with or without a vinyasa to downward facing dog. You're going to bring your knees down and come to standing on your shins. You're going to take one weight into your right hand. So we're going to do a couple of things that we did standing, but now we're going to do them kneeling. So it's going to feel a little bit different. So I'm taking the weight into my right hand and I'm going to press it all the way up to the sky. So this is like that march that we did. You're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, shift weight into the right shin. You're going to step that left foot forward, so you're in a half kneeling position, and then slowly step it back. You're going to step the right foot forward and then slowly step it back. So the longer it takes you to get that foot out in front of you and then back, the more time you spend in the air, the harder this is going to be, the more control you have to have. So if you can, try and set yourself that challenge. Catch some air time. Cacahuate, déjalas en paz. We've got 4 more. You're going to bring that arm down by your side, and then we're going to change it over. So I'm just making sure that my dog doesn't beat up my new neighbor's dog. Also making sure that my new neighbor's dog doesn't shit in my yard. All right, you're going to bring that left arm up over your head. You're going to shift your weight into your right shin. You're going to step that left foot forward nice and slow, and then bring it back down. Step your right foot forward nice and slow. Woo, losing balance. And then bring it down. You've got 8 more in total. Beautiful. And then bring that weight all the way down. We're going to switch that weight back into the right hand. I'm just going to double over my mat so I've got a little bit more padding. And we're going to step our left foot forward. Sorry, I lied to you. Our left foot is coming forward and the weight is coming into our left hand. Weight is going to come back up towards the sky. So like we did those windmills at the top of class, you're going to start to look up towards your left hand. Twist your torso towards your left knee. Either right hand or right forearm comes down towards the ground, and then exhale, pull yourself back up, twist yourself forward. We're just going to do 5 more of these, so just 6 in total. One more. Woo, beautiful. Bring it down, and then we're just going to switch it out. So left shin down, right foot forward, weight is coming into the right hand. You're going to push that weight up towards the sky. So the last hard thing that we're going to do, look up towards the right hand, start to twist towards your right leg, left hand or forearm comes down, and then exhale, reverse it out. You got 5 more. Last one. Beautiful. Bring that weight back down through center. Set it down. And you can set it off to the side. All right. We're going to do one more weighted mobility thing. You could do this without a weight, but I like to use a weight for it. So you're going to come into a straddle position. So, all right. Whew. All right. You're going to come into a straddle position. Weight is going to come into your left hand. Press it up towards the sky. Same concept as the windmill. You're going to start to look up towards the left hand, and then your right forearm is going to come down towards the sky. So I'm kind of twisting myself towards the left, opening my chest towards the left, using that weight to open up the side of my body. And then you're going to come back through center. We're going to switch it out. So switch the weight to the right hand. Start to twist towards the right. Look up towards that right hand. Left arm or forearm comes down to the mat. And then come all the way back through center. We're just going to switch it out from side to side. You can play around with this. So you could walk your right hand really far forward or over towards your left foot. Find what kind of feels good for you, depending on how mobile you are, how flexible you are, will depend on how far you can go into this move. I am clearly not the most flexible human on the face of the earth, but that is okay. I was built to push things around, not to be flexible. I'm going to do one more on each side. ¿Encontraste un amigo? Perito? All right, from here, you're going to keep your straddle. You could use your weight as a little anchor point if you wanted to, and we're just going to take this into a wide-legged forward fold. In your wide-legged forward fold, you're going to think about turning your big toes towards the floor, so rotating the inner edge of your foot towards the floor, and then rotating the pinky edge of your foot towards the floor. So we're just moving through internal, external rotation of the femur in the hip socket. If the fold forward here does not feel great, then just ditch the forward fold. And then you're going to walk yourself all the way back up to center. Grab underneath your knees. Just wiggle your legs towards each other. Cross over your ankles. You're going to come into a tabletop position. Step your left leg forward into a lunge. You could keep your back knee down or you could lift it. Option to grab your weight again here if it adds value to you. You're going to come into that low lunge twist. I like to have the weight just because it allows me to open up through my chest a little bit more, but you do not have to. And then we're going to bring it down and we're just going to switch it to the other side. So we're just going to move from side to side with this one. You linger on one side for as long as what feels good for you. We're going to take 2 or 3 to each side, depending how fast you're moving. And then bring it all the way down. From here, you're going to make your way to the top of your mat, cross over your ankles, roll yourself all the way down onto your back. If you wanted to take any hip openers or twists here, you certainly could. Find anything that you feel is missing in your body. When you're ready, squeeze your knees in towards your chest. Take a really deep breath in through your nose. And then a big open mouth exhale, take up space, let it all out. As always, taking a couple of breaths here in rest and appreciation, or as much time as you have if you wish to stay longer. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I look forward to seeing you next time.